This is a quick real estate update from Jere Metcalf Partners, real estate agents on the ground in Atlanta. We're talking about what it's like, what to expect, the pros, the cons, and what to consider to align yourself and your loved ones for the best opportunities.
Oh, now it's
yeah, there we go.
New Year.
All right.
New Year.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
everybody. JMP, Atlanta Market Eavesdrop. This week, we are talking about, it is no secret that the market is hot. Inventory is down. And a new stat this week is interest rates this time last year, on average, were 3.75%. They're a percent lower than that, January 2021, at 2.75%. And it is predicted that they will be that for this quarter, but it's hard to say what happens after this quarter. So we all know people are buying and they're going to keep buying. Here's the question we're going to talk, or the answer we're going to talk about this week. What are buyers this year looking for? What are the top 10 trends? Who has a list or who wants to start?
I can read it.
Go for it.
Trend number one.
So
Trend
trend
number
number
one.
one, the multi-zone kitchen.
Chad's laughing at us. Multi-zone kitchen. It used to be a tripod. Now it's, or a triangle. Now is it a tripod now? Or what do they call it?
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid. Thank you.
That's
Good
that
for
Indiana
education.
work right there.
Right. Right. That Ivy League education at work, not.
Adam's
What's that?
the functional multi-zone kitchen.
Function. What, Adam? What was your functional open?
Mine was more geared towards the open concept, where it's not the open concepts going
You're
away.
skipping ahead, Chad. This is number one. Number one is the kitchen.
Right. We'll get there, I guess.
We could talk about the holiday home, and that was a multi-zone kitchen that also had a scullery. Those are very popular right now. And we have a home, for example, coming in the market that has we have two homes actually that have pantries that also serve as sculleries. Very trendy. Jack, announce for us number two.
Sconce lighting.
Lighting.
Yeah,
Interest is growing in swing arm and other sconce fixtures. Besides adding to decor, sconces have the benefit of adding task lighting around a sink or range. And it goes on with a quote.
Specifically in the kitchen.
Right.
The sconce name gives kind of a more like, we think traditional, but of course, think farmhouse, those pretty.
Well, also when you're at home, you want lights on and off because everybody's home more right now.
Right. So I like the sconce lighting.
So and we have found, again, in homes, we're finding more and more sconces, especially the faster they sell, the more people love them, the more sconces they have. Number three is rejuvenating the bathroom design. I mean, is that really new?
No.
Who made this list?
This is
That's
the,
what they want.
hey now, this is the Atlanta Realtor Association. This is a terrible video.
It's talking about 2020. In 2020, people had nothing else to do, so they stayed home and renovated.
That's true. I mean, I know.
So,
How about this? I'll just go through it and then we can talk about ones that are interesting.
I think the biggest, there are a couple of them
We're already
that they
on.
highlighted that were the open concept and the pergolas and the outdoor space.
I just want to talk about my ADUs. That's what I've been.
ADUs. Those
We're
were the
gonna
real
get
big
to
ones.
that. All right, the next one, number four. So number one was the multi-zone kitchen. Number two was the sconce lighting. Number three was rejuvenating the bathroom design. And number four is the oversized rectangle tile. Any comments on that before we move to the next one?
None.
it's been around. We like it.
Number five is interesting. Well, it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Especially on the walls. Number five, browns and beiges return.
It's a no from me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
I don't
not,
mind it.
A dated house is still a dated house. However, I know y'all appreciate our special guest today on the podcast. Say hi, Malcolm. We know
Hey,
that.
Malcolm.
it's
Hey,
been-
Malcolm.
so school's closed.
Homeschool today.
Bridget's in the wine room.
Browns and beiges, not really. Browns and beiges are not back the same way they were in 2007. Who was it earlier that was making a comment to that, just for everybody?
Me.
about browns and beiges. Tell us a little bit about it, Adam.
It's more around having natural wood in the rooms, such as beams, desks, or some rugs with brown in it that brings a little bit of warmth to the room versus just the whites and grays. Not painting your entire
Hired
wall.
Adam to design my house. He's
All
very,
right.
I think that was a note of sarcasm.
No, I don't think it was. I think that's legit.
no, it was. But I will say I was very impressed with Adam's knowledge of these trends.
Well, look at our listings. Look
Note
at
note the irony.
the
Bridget
picture.
has our listings, Bridget, and then I want to note some irony to all of this. But go ahead, Bridget, on our listings.
Well, I'm just looking at meaning the pictures that we're using as our
Chad's background.
Well, and what about the beams in such as 840 Kenry?
Yeah.
Exactly.
they're beautiful.
840 Kenry, or in our listing on Long Island Drive, or our listing on Wood Road, the horse farm in Milton.
Yep.
There's a lot less painting white going on, at least inside.
Well, this room's kind of white, but there's in the living room area, Long Island is pretty warm.
Exactly. Home offices and nooks. That's a big one. Like that should be like the one. Home offices and nooks.
We'll get back to that because that's going to come in with with number 10. But go ahead. So
Conference worthy backgrounds, or how about some green screens?
yeah, just get a green screen.
Yeah, but the conference worthy backgrounds, bookshelves, things like that are definitely coming in the home offices, for example. Back to home office. Open floor plan scrutiny is number 8. Bridget, I think you wanted to say something about that.
Well, I actually was commenting on what Adam said. So that was more Adam's. He went, come on, Adam. It said
Drop the line, Adam.
Yeah.
shine.
So what I was referring to is open concept's not going away, but functional open concept, where you have the ability to close off a room if you need to, with kids virtual learning, both parents working from home, and not everyone competing for the noise on their conference calls. So still being able to open up the rooms if you like, but also people are adding in some doors, some pocket doors, or different things to be able to add a little separation to the house when they need to.
Makes me think about, well, the house I'm in, this is my house right now. It has a room, but it's open that can be closed off, or 880 Buckhead Trace that we just sold in Buckhead, that home had very big open rooms, but everybody liked that. We had several people interested in it, and they liked it because the rooms were big and open. They could be open to one another, but like Adam said, they could still be closed off.
We did that in our home. We put farm
Yeah.
doors in to close off what it was like an old living room, and now it's an office. And the frame is hidden, so you don't see it at all.
Is that the one you sold?
No, it's just my house right now.
Well,
We needed doors. So we
exactly.
did that in the-
But the point is, it's what's selling, making sure we're staging the homes so that you can see the functional open space, back to Adam's point. Number 9, pergolas. Outdoor living space.
Yeah, that's kind of goes without saying. I feel
Yeah.
like everyone wants to move to the outdoors.
An interesting statistic to add to that is that it's like the luxury $2+ million market. The numbers have flipped with townhomes. Townhomes now have excessive inventory, higher days on market. That's the one part of our market that's unfortunately not doing as well. And yet the multi-million-dollar homes that usually were on the market a lot longer are selling a lot faster. We're getting more of those. I think our days on market on our personal team are much lower as well for homes over 2 million. And cottages. Who had the cottage comments?
Oh, so many great ones. Posey and I can talk for days on this.
Go
I
give us one. Chad, you just sold. We've had a lot of requests for homes with cottages. By cottages, we mean guest houses.
Or ADUs, as they're sometimes called. But it's really just, or tiny homes in the backyard. I mean, and they can be prefabricated, they can be sheds that people redo. And for a long time, people would actually use them. And of course, it's dependent on, your local municipal codes and stuff, but people were using them as income producing units. However, when COVID hit, they realized the need for like what did Adam call it? A she shed, or, a home office, or a, man cave, or kid's basement, or whatever. But
I think the trick is people need to get more creative about where they're going to put the home office, because your typical in-town property doesn't allow for 2 full office spaces and everything else that they want on their list. So if you can create a she shed of sorts, but now like heating and air conditioning the shed is much more manageable. So with that, I think people are just needing to get more creative to get all the things they want on their list. So
Or
it's
get
just-
agents who get creative to make sure they see the home that we put on the market for them already has everything on the list.
Exactly. The sellers need to allow for that. You're right.
So in summary, inventory is low, sales are high, interest rates keep getting lower. One more stat, we'll give 2 stats. This time last year, interest rates were 3.75%. Same time this year, that's already ridiculously low. They're 2.75. We're seeing loans at 2%. It's very common. And now to top that, more buyers are getting loans, even buyers who normally would do cash than ever. So we've got a lot of people buying real estate. The important thing to know is, what are the trends? What are they looking for? Multi-zone kitchens, sconce lighting, the rejuvenating bathroom design, which is quote spa-like. That's number 3. Number 4, oversized tile rectangles, especially on the walls and backsplashes. We're seeing a lot of that. Browns and beiges are returning. Don't mistake that with 2007 trends. Home offices and nooks are very much in. Video conference worthy backgrounds. I love that one. Open floor plan scrutiny. Back to Adam's quote, functionally open. And pergolas, outdoor living spaces, in other words. And last but not least, a backyard cottage, or they call them ADUs. Anybody want to add anything up that before we close out and say goodbye? And thanks for listening to us crazy and live today.
Oh, another interesting point with these low interest rates and like the market going crazy is that buyers should have their loans nailed down before they submit offers. That was a thing we talked about on our conference call this morning.
Spoken like a true realtor. And if you don't have it, we've got the best guys to line that up for you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Talk
Jere.
soon.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you to our ambassadors and clients for your support of Jere Metcalf Partners, where our mission is to deliver the best service and the best results for our clients' needs, their wants, and their families.